בזכות רב נחמן בן פייגה. We are in Likutei Moharan, Torah Kaf Bet. We're still in part Yud, but in the second paragraph. וצריך כל אדם, and every person should, שילך מדרגה לדרגה, to climb from one level to the next level, ומעולם לעולם, and from one world to the other one, to climb always. עד שיזכה בכל פעם, until that you're going to achieve every time, לבחינת נעשה ונשמע גבוה יותר, to a higher level of נעשה ונשמע, to hear more things, spiritual things, higher things every time, and to achieve the things that he heard in the last level, in the last world that he was in. שיהיה נעשה אצלו בכל פעם, that is going to be for him every time, מבחינת נשמע, from the aspect of נשמע, what that we're going to hear, מבחינת נסתר, the hidden things, the aspect of the hidden things, מבחינת תפילה, from his prayers, that they all, Rabbeinu is explaining more, מבחינת דברי התורה שסביבות המצווה, like all of those words of Torah that are written in surrounding the words of the mitzvah itself, מבחינת תורת Hashem, the aspect of Torah of Hashem יתברך, that it's hidden for us, יהיה נעשה מזה בחינת נעשה. It's going to become to be the aspect of our actions, things that we're going to achieve. Again, like we explained yesterday, if in the beginning you heard about Uman, you heard about the tzaddik, you heard about it, it's an aspect of prayers, you need to daven to get there. Alright, you done that, you achieved that. Now when you're going to achieve that, you're going to hear that Hasidei Breslev are not even starting to be called Hasidei Breslev if they don't have Sha'it Bodedut every day. So, you heard about it, but you don't have it yet. What now? Now you're going to start davening on that. B'olam, give me that merit also to do Sha'it Bodedut every day, that I'm going to be able to do that. So it's an aspect of tefillah for you. After 3 months, after a few up and downs in your life, you're going to understand that you should do it. And then you're going to start doing Sha'it Bodedut. So it's become to be an action for you. After that, you're going to start doing Sha'it Bodedut daily. After a few days, you're going to hear that it's not the way of doing Sha'it Bodedut. Actually, Sha'it Bodedut, it's not only to ask from Hashem Yitbarach, give me. Sha'it Bodedut, it's Sha'ah of Tshuva, of confession, of dedicating your prayers for Am Yisrael, on cancelling your will to the will of Hashem Yitbarach, and not only to try to cancel Hashem Yitbarach, to force him to do your will, to help you to create the things that you want in life. So now it's an aspect of what that you heard, that it means Sha'it Bodedut. Now you're going to start working on that. And this is how we're climbing from one level to the next level. We're changing the aspect of what we're going to hear, the nishma, to be na'aseh, to be an action. And we're achieving a new nishma, a new thing to hear that we're hearing about, and we're davening about it. This is what the Rabbeinu is explaining here. Bechinat nigle, v'ye na'aseh mizeh, bechinat na'aseh, it's become to be an action. Bechinat nigle, an aspect of revealed things. Bechinat Torah, an aspect of the Torah. Bechinat Torato, an aspect of His Torah. It's not the Torah Hashem, it becomes to be Torato. Torah Hashem ve Torato. The Torah that was Torah Hashem, wow, it's so high. Now it's become to be your Torah. Suddenly, you're doing it, you're just doing Sha'it Bodedut every day. ויהיה לו בחינת נשמע וכולי גבוה יותר. And you're going to have that aspect of נשמע in a higher level. וכן בכל פעם. And like that he should do every time. וילך מדרגה לדרגה, going to climb from one level to the next level, וממעלה למעלה, and from one quality to the next quality. עד שיבוא בראשית נקודת הבריאה. Until he's going to reach the center point of the creation. He's going to come to the place that this is the place that the spiritual world attach the physical world. This is where it's all begin. שהוא תחילת האצילות. That it's the beginning of the Atzilut. Atzilut, it means that Borei Olam ha'etzil alenu. He gave it to us. He brought His light down to our place. So to the beginning of that fact that Borei Olam gave us, in the place that He gave us, where it started, you're going to reach that. Means that you're going to be included with Hashem Yitbarach. You've been included with the will, the first and only will of Hashem Yitbarach, just to help, just to love, just to be kind, just to have mercy. V'sham yesh gamken, and also there it exists that b'chinat naaseh v'nishma, that aspect of naaseh v'nishma. Also over there, when you mamash can see Hashem, also over there is still things to hear. Ubchinat nishma sheyesh sham, and the aspect of what we're going to hear over there, sheyesh sham, that it exists only there, hu Torat Hashem be'emet. It's the real Torah of Hashem Yitbarach. It's good to hear it, even that we don't understand what we're reading. It's nice to hear, it's Torah. You have sachar on that, Baruch Hashem. Learn it, Likutei Moharan. Ki bechol olam v'darga, because in every world and in every level, Torat Hashem hi rak b'shem hamush'al. The Torat Hashem, it's not really Torat Hashem. We're just calling it Torat Hashem because we haven't achieved that yet. But it's not Torat Hashem yet. Only over there, it's Torat Hashem mamash, where Hashem is in. But in this world, when Hashem is covering Himself in a lot of ways, so we're calling it Torat Hashem because we haven't reached that yet. But it's not Torat Hashem mamash, the real Torah of Hashem. Ki rak mechamat shenistar mimeno, because only because of that reason, that knowledge, that Torah is hidden from you, you cannot see it, nikra Torat Hashem. So you're calling it the Torah of Hashem, that it's over there, it's not in your hands. Uchsheba lesham, but when the person is coming to their place, naaseh Torato, it's become to be your Torah. So how can it be that it's Torat Hashem? It's become to be your Torah. Ach bechinat hanishma shebetchilat ha'atzilut, but that aspect of nishma, what we're going to hear over there, in the beginning of the Atzilut, in the place that Borei Olam started to give, to create this world, to bring down the light to this world, Hi Torat Hashem be'emet. Over there is the real Torah of Hashem Himself. Ki en gavoha misham, because there is nothing higher than that place. Rak Torat Hashem mamash, except of His wisdom, over there.
So Rabbeinu says in Torah Lamed Gimel that the Torah of this Torah, that the hidden Torah, is the Torah of the same, like the love that you have for your unborn son. That you're not able to measure it, and that's the love that we're gonna be revealed in.
You're one with Hashem Yitbarach. V'achar kach, and after it, כשנכלל באין סוף, when you included yourself in אין סוף, you become to be one with Hashem. What it means to be one with Hashem? That you're happy with everything that you're going through in your life. And you don't have no questions on Hashem Yitbarach. This is what it means, that you cancel yourself to Hashem Yitbarach. That you're happy anyway. It doesn't matter to you what's going on. It's all the will of Hashem Yitbarach. And you're happy to serve Him like that. At 10 in the morning you woke up. There is halakha for people that wakes up at 10 in the morning. You woke up at 12. There is also halakha for people that woke up at 12. There is halakha. When Harav Berland he was young, Harav Shalom told us that he was serving Hashem Yitbarach in a certain unique way, that he wasn't going to sleep. He was serving Hashem Yitbarach until he collapsed. 3 days, 2 days, 1 day and a half, it doesn't matter. He was serving Hashem Yitbarach until he collapsed. One time in the mikveh, one time in shachrit, one time in itbodedut, one time when he's all of the options probably happened. And what's so interesting in it, that he never create for him no weakness to his thoughts, no chulsha. He wasn't disappointed from himself. Why I haven't davened nets? He was waking up in the beginning. Harav Shalom said that one time he fell asleep in mamash few minutes before of Shachrit, in Alot HaShachar. They planned to daven nets, and he went to sleep. And they finished the minyan and davening, and he was asleep, collapsed. And then when he woke up, Rav Shalom said it was very late, and when he woke up, he started to daven word after word, Shachrit alone, from the beginning, like that he's davening next. Mila mila, modeh, ani, lefanecha, like from the beginning, like nothing happened, no different. He's now, what's the time? All right, I still have time to daven. Oh, I'm not allowed to do this, I'm not allowed to do, great. This is the halacha. This is what I'm going to do for Hashem Yitbarach. He doesn't care about it as long as he's trying to do the will of Hashem Yitbarach. When you want to serve Hashem, you made it. This is it. If Hashem now is stopping you, He doesn't give you money. You can climb on the walls. It will not help you. You don't have money. What are you going to do? You need Hashem to give you money. You don't have money. But it doesn't mean that you need to be sad because you don't have money. You need to be happy because you're serving Hashem. Our simcha depends in Hashem. Anochi esmach b'Hashem. I'm going to be happy with Hashem. If Hashem wants me to go up, I'm going to go up. If Hashem wants me to go down, I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down anyway, if I'm going to accept it or not. Who asks you? No one asks you. Just that you need to accept it with love. This is it. This is what it means, that you have faith. So then, when you include yourself in Ein Sof, in the infinity, Azai HaNaaseh, so then those actions, Hibchinat Torat Hashem Mamash, it becomes to be your Torat Hashem, it becomes to be Torat Hashem Mamash. Your actions become to be Torat Hashem. Not what that you're going to hear. Your actions become to be Torat Hashem Mamash. Ve'anishma, so then the Nishma, what's the Nishma? If you came to the place that you are Torat Hashem, that you become to be Torat Hashem, like that Gemara is saying, Kamati Psha'eh, how stupid are the people that they are honoring the Sefer Torah when people are carrying Sefer Torah, people are standing up and honoring the Sefer Torah, but when the Tzaddik is walking, a Talmid Chacham is walking, they're not standing. So they're stupid. Why? Because that Talmid Chacham is the Torah Hashem Mamash. He is the Torah of Hashem Yitbarach. It's not the Torah that is written. He is Torah that is alive. He is never sinning. He is doing all of the halachot. He's a Shulchan Aruch walking. A Shulchan Aruch that's alive. And not only Shulchan Aruch. All of the books of all of the Chassiduyot and all of the wisdoms of all of the tzaddikim. If it's a complete tzaddik, this is it. This is all of the Torah walking now, alive. It's higher than the Torah that it's written. So, if now you got to that level, that you reach that Torah Hashem Mamash, it becomes to be your actions. You're a complete tzaddik, that all of your actions are only by the will of Hashem Yitbarach, only because of the Torah Kedosha. You're not doing nothing wrong. You're not going even a breath of a hair from the Torah Kedosha. So then, what's going to be your aspect of Nishma? What you're going to hear? What you have more to achieve? והנשמע הוא בחינת תפילת Hashem. The nishma is the aspect of the prayers of Hashem, that Hashem is davening. כי יש תורת Hashem, because there is תורת Hashem. כמו שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, like that רבותינו wrote in Gemara, Talmud Yerushalmi, אני קיימתיה תחילה. They said that Borei Olam said, אני קיימתיה תחילה. Before he gave us the Torah, he already done that. He kept all of the rules of the Torah Kedosha. Before that he gave it to us, he was doing it for I don't know how much time. He was doing it by himself. First of all, he started keeping the Torah Kedosha before he gave us the Torah to keep it. וכמו שאמרו, and like that they said in the Gemara, Bavli, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, malbish arumim. He is giving clothes to naked people. ומבקר חולים, and who come to visit the sick people, he's coming to visit. He's doing mitzvot, וכולי. וכן אמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, and also in brachot we learned it in the Gemara, מניין שהקדוש ברוך הוא מניח תפילין וכולי. Where we learned it from, that הקדוש ברוך הוא is putting tefillin. וכן, so there is the Torah Hashem, that Hashem is keeping the Torah himself. וכן יש תפילת Hashem, but it's also, there is also the prayers of Hashem, the tefillah of Hashem Yitbarach. כמו שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, like that רבותינו said over there in brachot also, in page Zion, מניין שהקדוש ברוך הוא מתפלל, where we saw it, where we learned it from, that הקדוש ברוך הוא also davens, שנאמר, ושימחתים בבית תפילתי. I'm going to make them happy in the house of my prayers. And the Gemara over there is saying, not בבית תפילתם, not in the house of their prayers, in the house of my prayers. That he is davening in Bet HaMikdash. Borei Olam is davening also. נמצא, so now we learned, שיש תורת השם, that the Torah of Hashem is exist, ויש תפילת השם, and also the prayer of Hashem is exist. וכשזוכה להיכלל באין סוף, and when the person is canceling himself so much until he reached infinity, that he's not there at all, that he remembers only Hashem, he knows that it's all in the hands of Hashem, that he's not exist at all, he doesn't care about his own will, he doesn't have a will, he's not exist. Ask him, what do you want? Hashem. The answer is always Hashem. Rav Shalom said this is the difference between a Chiloni to a Baal Tshuva. A Chiloni, when you're asking him questions, always he's going to talk about himself. I am. All of the time he's saying, Ani Ra'ev, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to learn Torah. He can be religious and he's Chiloni. He's saying, I want to learn Torah, I want to succeed, I want to be Gdol Hador, I want to be Mezakeh Harabim. He's a Chiloni. You don't believe in Hashem. When a person is really believing Hashem Yitbarach, he's a Baal Tshuva, he done Tshuva on his being, on his Kiyum. He cancelled himself to Hashem Yitbarach. All of the time he's saying, Hashem Yezakeh oti lechol, Hashem going to give me that merit to eat, Hashem going to help me to learn Torah. All of those things become to be because by the power of Hashem Yitbarach. He remembers Hashem Yitbarach all of the time. So, when a person is reaching that high level, Azai Torato hu Torat Hashem mamash. So then his Torah is the Torah of Hashem Yitbarach. Utfilato hu Tfilat Hashem mamash. And his prayers are the prayers of Hashem Yitbarach. וזה שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, and this is what that רבותינו said in the Gemara הקדושה in מסכת בבא קמא, המבקש רחמים על חברו, a person that is asking for mercy for his friend, והוא צריך לאותו דבר, and he needs the same thing that he is asking for his friend, הוא נענה תחילה. He's going to be answered first, the one that was davening. If you need parnasa and you're davening on your friend that he needs parnasa also, first of all you're going to find money, and then your friend going to find money also. But you that you daven, you're going to find it first. כי מה שצריך לאותו דבר, because that fact that you need the same thing, ואינו מבקש על עצמו, but you're not asking it for yourself, הוא מחמת שהוא בבחינת עין. It's because you cancelled yourself. You're in that aspect of nothing. You don't care about the fact that you don't have kids. You're davening on other people. You're saying, all right, I'm going to manage with it. I can survive. Everything is good. I'm going to daven on my friends. Look at them, how much sorrow they have, how many problems they have. He told me now that his wife, she was crying. I'm going to manage. I'm going to please my wife. I'm going to tell her if Hashem going to want me to have kids, I'm going to have them. If not, so whatever, it's okay for me. But that person, even if you're davening like that on your wife, it's great. Borei Olam, I don't need it. If you want me to have, it's great. But Borei Olam, look how much she's crying, how much she's suffering. Borei Olam, help her, give her kids, let her have kids. And that poor woman, she wants those kids for me, so what can I do, Borei Olam? Help me also with her. She's crazy, what can we do? But we know it's not a new thing that she's crazy. But Borei Olam, please, have mercy on her, support her, give it to her.
Should you not pray for yourself? If you're praying for other people, can you include yourself in the klal, or you shouldn't?
Rabbeinu is saying that when a person is not davening on himself, it means that he reached that level that he doesn't care about himself at all. He cancelled himself to the will of Hashem Yitbarach. It's very high levels that we're talking about. It's not halacha lemaaseh, stop davening on yourself. No, Rabbeinu in other Torot, in Torah Kaf Hey, he's in the second part of Likutei Moharan, is explaining that you should ask everything from Hashem Yitbarach, all of your needs. In Torah Kaf Hey, in the second part of Likutei Moharan, it's a wonderful Torah. I'm not going to read it in Hebrew, I'm just going to translate it for you a little bit fast. Torah Kaf Hey in the second part of Likutei Moharan. Hitbodedut, it's the highest level of them all. The Hainu, it means to have 1 hour or more every day to have it bodedut alone in a room or in a field, and to talk a conversation between him and to Hashem Yitbarach, with a lot of arguments and to please Hashem and all of the things that you have to say to him, to ask and to beg from Hashem Yitbarach that's gonna make you closer to him, to serve him in a real way. And that prayer have to be in the language that you're talking with. Rabbeinu is writing here in Lashon Ashkenaz, in Yiddish. For you it's English, it's the same thing. Because that in the language of Lashon HaKodesh, in Hebrew, in Lashon HaKodesh, it's hard for you to explain all of the things that you want to achieve. And also the heart is not going after the words so much, because you're not used to say those words to talk in that language. Because we're not used to talk Lashon HaKodesh. But in the language of Ashkenaz, or in the language of English for us, when you're telling and talking in that language, it's easier and it's closer for you to break your heart, because the heart is going and closer to that language that you're talking in, because you used to talk in that language. And in that language you can say everything that you have in your heart. And everything that you have in your heart you should tell and talk in front of Hashem Yitbarach. Also to have a regret, and also to do tshuva on the history, on your past. Vehen bakashat hachanunim, and also to ask and to beg, to achieve, to get closer to him from now on and for always. And like that, everyone according to his level. And you should be very careful to get used to do that, to dedicate every day a special hour for that. And the rest of the day, you're going to be happy. And that hanhaga, and to have that in custom in your life, it's a very high level. And it's the best advice to get closer to Hashem Yitbarach. Because this is a general advice that includes everything. Because on everything that you're going to miss in Avodat Hashem, or even if you're so far, totally far from Avodat Hashem, on everything you're going to explain it to Hashem, and you're going to ask from Him. And even if sometimes you don't have words, and you see that your mouth is closed, and you cannot open your mouth to talk in front of Hashem Yitbarach at all, even though this is itself, the fact that you cannot talk, it's very good. Means the preparation, that you prepared yourself to talk to Hashem Yitbarach, and you're standing, and you're prepared to talk in front of Hashem Yitbarach, and you wish to talk to Him, but you cannot. This thing itself, it's very good. And also, you can make prayers and conversations on that itself. On that specific, you should shout and to beg to Hashem Yitbarach that you're so far from Him that you cannot even talk, and ask from Him for mercy and beg, Borei Olam, I cannot talk to you. Look, so how many diburim you can have on that? How many words you can find just on the fact that you cannot talk to Hashem Yitbarach? I don't have the words, Borei. These are words. It's wonderful words. That Hashem going to have mercy on you and going to open your mouth. Sheyuchal lefaresh sichato, that's going to be able to open his mouth and to explain to Hashem everything. And you should know that a lot of huge tzaddikim and famous tzaddikim said that they haven't reached their level by nothing else except of that hanhaga, by that hitbodedut. And everyone that have a little bit of brain in his head gonna understand the level, the heights of that level, that it's higher than every other thing, and it's a thing that it's equal to every person, a big and a small person. Everyone can have that custom in their life, and by that they're gonna achieve a very high level. We're praising the person that's gonna achieve that. So you see that you can daven on everything, but you need to cancel yourself. If now you have a will, like Rav Shalom is explaining in Began HaGaguim, in the beginning you should do tshuva on the fact you have a private will, but after that you admit, Borei Olam, look, I need a house. Borei Olam, I'm sorry, I decided to do now our hitbodedut on buying a house. Borei Olam, I'm sorry. This is how you start, Borei Olam. Thank you for bringing me now to the field to do Shah hitbodedut. But now, Borei Olam, I want to tell you I'm sorry. I know that it was a lot more important that I would daven now on my Shmirat HaEinayim, to guard my eyes, or that I'm going to dedicate my time to do tshuva, or to ask from you, Borei Olam, that I will never sin, I'm never going to make you angry, that I will going to please you always. So, Borei Olam, I know that this is what really I should do, but you know, Tachles, Borei Olam, in that exile that we're living in the Galut, I cannot concentrate in the yeshiva. My wife, she's pushing me. I have my stress in life. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to deal. I want to do tshuva. But for now, Borei Olam, to have tshuva, to have that ability to do tshuva, I need to have a house. My wisdom is not settled. I don't have a house. How can a person, when he's going from one house to the other, he's not dead, he doesn't have a place to sit in. So I don't have Yeshuv Adat, so please, Borei Olam. And now you can talk for hours on your need, and there is no lacking in it. The only lacking is when you're coming to the field to ask for a house, and you forget that Borei Olam doesn't have a house. And you scream, Borei Olam, give me a house, give me a villa, give me 7 rooms and a parking lot that is with a remote control. And it's all great if you need it for Avodat Hashem. But do shayit bodedut. If you're doing 6 hours on a house, dedicate 1 hour on Bet HaMikdash. If you're going to daven on your friend that it's Hashem Yitbarach, you're going to be answered first. Kol mitpalel al chavero, and you need the same thing, you're going to be answered first. This is an advice of Rav Shalom, always, always, always. You want a house? Daven on Bet HaMikdash. Always. On every situation that I ask the Rav Shalom on that, on a house, questions on a house, always he's saying, daven on Bet HaMikdash. Do 1 hour on Bet HaMikdash, no problems anymore. What? This is the house that I need. But I had a question on that. Rav Shalom told me, go to daven on Bet HaMikdash. So I found myself, Baruch Hashem, in the field. And then I said, is it normal that now that I need a house, this is the time that I'm going to ask for the house of Borei Olam? Isn't it a rude thing to do? You want to buy a house for yourself, and you decided to bribe Hashem Yitbarach with 1 hour of Itbodedut. All right, Borei Olam, I care about you also, so just bring me the house and let's get over it. It's not an honest thing, Chas Shalom. But it wasn't the Rav's thoughts, it was mine, so it's okay. And then I understood that actually the fact that you don't have a house, it's only because we don't have Bet HaMikdash. Borei Olam is stopping you from buying a house that you're going to wake up to understand that he doesn't have a house. That Am Yisrael, we don't have the Bet HaMikdash. This is why you lack of a house. There was no lack of houses when Bet HaMikdash was exist. When Borei Olam is married with the Shekhinah together with peace, there is no divorce in Am Yisrael. The fact that there is so many divorces in Am Yisrael, it's to see the horrible separation between Kudsha Brichu and Shechinte. So this is why we need to daven on Bet HaMikdash, because we want to fix things in the source, in the roots. So if you decided to daven on something, try to point the highest level of them all, to come to the source of the problem. Now you want to have a wife, you want to get married. Now you're going to, Borei Olam, give me a wife, give me a wife, give me a wife. All right, you can have a wife, but I told you that story in the Gemara. That person, he was davening to have a donkey, and when he got that donkey, he had to carry that donkey with him. He couldn't ride on that donkey. It was a young donkey. It was an ayir, a donkey cub.
Baby donkey.
A baby donkey, calf. And a pony donkey. And
not a pony. Pony's a different animal.
You got shatness there.
And he had to carry him on his back. Why? Because he wasn't davening a complete prayer. He wasn't asking for Borei Olam, give me a donkey that I'm going to ride on him. Borei Olam gave him a donkey that's going to ride on him. The donkey going to ride on him. You haven't asked. Maybe he told him, I want a donkey to ride. So okay, you got a donkey to ride. On you. So you don't want that kind of a wife that's going to rebuke you. Rav Shalom told a joke. He said that one person came to the rabbi and told him, Rav, I have 2 options. One woman, she is very angry, a very angry woman, and the other one, she's cheap. Who should I choose? So Rav told him, choose the angry one. Told him why? Told him because it's better to die from beatings than to die from hunger. So, Rav Shalom said that a person that is cheap, it's one of the most cruel midot that there is. That the person is cheap, that he's not giving. It means that he loves money more than he loves people, more than he loves his wife, more than he loves his kids. He loves money more. What do you love? You love something that doesn't have nothing in it. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of iron. All right, it's gold. It's all right. It's nothing. That no value. Actually, it doesn't have no value when it's talking, when you're putting it according to a human life, no amount, person worthy a lot more than every amount of money. It's a neshama, it's a human being. Every money that you're going to have in the world, you're going to give to save a life of your beloved one, for someone that you love. And the fact that you're going to help only your son and not someone else's son, it's only from selfish. Actually, it's all the sons of Hashem Yitbarach. You should put all of your money to love Hashem bechol meodecha. With every money that you have, every penny you can save. It's a known story about the Schindler, the goy that saved so many Jews in the Holocaust. That after that when the Holocaust finished and they became the soldiers of the United States and it's all finished, then he started to cry. And they asked him, why are you crying? You done something huge. Thousands of people you saved. And he looked at himself and he said that he didn't give all of the money that he had. He still kept few dollars in his wallet. I don't know what he had, a ring, a claw, a watch, I don't know what he had. And he could give that. If he would give that, he would save another 2, another 3. Something he could give more to save another one. He realized that. When you understand what it means, humans' life, there is no a cruel person like that is cheap. So you should daven that your wife will not be like you. You should daven that your wife is going to be generous. If you're not going to daven on that, what are you going to do? You need to be different. If she's going to be like you, people, this is about Shlom Bayit. People are looking for someone that she's going to be like you. That they're going to be the same. He is looking with the same hobbies, that she likes the same things. This is a recipe for failure. This is a disaster. If you and your wife, you're the same, this is disaster. You cannot fit. Only hafachim, only opposite things that they can match. Only two pens. Yes. Now, from after Borolam gave us that wisdom, we're not using that word. We're too afraid. So many options, and now you don't use it. You see, Mamash, we're kamtzanim, we're cheap, not using the bounty that Borolam gave us. Pen, you have a pen. What you need more than a pen? So, if you have 2 pens, you cannot cover one with the other one. You need to have a pen and a michseh and covering. It's 2 different things. And only they can match. Only they can match. 2 pens, they cannot match. So we need to daven on those things that, and by canceling ourselves actually to Hashem Yitbarach, we understand what we should daven on. So then you ask on what a person is not allowed to ask for things for himself. You're allowed to. But only when you understand what you're doing, only when you understand that really you are also son of Hashem Yitbarach. And then when you're davening on yourself, it's exactly like you're davening on your friend. If you're also a son of Hashem Yitbarach, and you have a need, and you have something lacking, and you're davening on that Jew, like that Rabbi Zusha, he was always talking about himself like he's talking on a different person, third person. He was saying Zusha Ra'ev. He wasn't saying, I'm hungry. He was saying, Zusha Ra'ev. The body of that person, Zusha, is hungry. I told you that story, that one time he was fasting. He tried to fast a complete week. But in the middle of the week, he felt, he collapsed in the Beit Midrash. And he said, Zusha Ra'ev. He was lying on the floor. And he's saying, Zusha Ra'ev, Zusha Ra'ev. No one was there to hear him. And he said, stronger, Zusha Ra'ev, Zusha is hungry. And no one is there to hear him, to give him something, to revive him. And then he started saying it to try in more ways. And he said, it's a pikuach nefesh, save soul, a pikuach nefesh. A Jew needs help. And then he thought about it. He said, wow, a mitzvah. It's a pikuach nefesh. You can save a soul. And immediately he stood up to fix a meal for himself to eat that meal. Because he found the power from the mitzvah. From the mitzvah, it's a pikuach nefesh to save a Jew. I'm a Jew. You're a Jew. You can daven on your needs if you understand that you're one of Am Yisrael. But if you're dedicating your prayers to achieve the things that you want to achieve, so the Zohar HaKadosh is saying, the klavim, the dogs are barking, have, give. Have in Hebrew, in Lashon HaKodesh, it's give, have, give me, havli, give me. So the dogs all the time, give me. It's not it. It's not the way of davening. Like we learned in that Torah that Rabbeinu said. Prayer, it means Hainu bitul udvikut le'ensof, to cancel yourself and to attach yourself to infinity, to Hashem Yitbarach's will, to His will, B'olam, what you want from me. But now if you cannot do it because there is something like the mortgage that is stopping from you to cancel yourself to the will of Hashem, you cannot sit in the Beit Midrash 24/7 because there is more things. So you need to daven on those things that will not stop you from canceling yourself to Hashem Yitbarach. And by that you're davening on your mortgage, on your wife, on your health, on everything, you're just preparing the path for you to cancel yourself to God's will. If now you want to put tefillin, to buy tefillin, and you don't have tefillin, so you need to work for 1 month to achieve the money for buying tefillin. So actually all of that month that you're working to achieve the money for the tefillin, you're doing mitzvah tefillin. This is the mitzvah of tefillin. But you're doing something else. It's not the mitzvah of tefillin. How are you going to put tefillin if you're not going to buy tefillin, if you're not going to have tefillin? For you, it's a mitzvah to purchase tefillin first. So we said this is what that Rabotenu taught us, that the person have to daven on the friends, on things that you need. If you're going to daven on them, then you're going to be answered first. Because that fact that you're asking on someone else, it's because that you cancelled yourself, that you are in that aspect of being nothing, being zero. And this is Vehu, fourth line before the end of the page. Vehu, and this is the aspect, B'chinat Tchila, the aspect of the beginning. Hainu Kodem HaBriah, like before of the creation. U'mechamat shu b'b'chinat Tchila, and because that person now is in that level of the beginning, Al Yedei Zehu Na'anet Tchila, this is why he's going to be the first one to be answered. Because he's in the beginning, so he's going to be answered first. V'lich'ora, Rabbi Natan is writing here for us that actually all of that subject is not attached so much to what that's written above. אין לזה העניין חיבור היטב למה שלמעלה. אך באמת, but actually, מבואר זה העניין היטב. Actually, it is explained inside of it. למעיין קצת, to the one that's going to try to investigate a little bit. כי מבואר לאלול כמן, because it's written over there, שבחינת תפילת השם, that aspect of prayers of Hashem, הוא בחינת קודם הבריאה. It's the aspect of before of the creation. B'chinat Ensof, the aspect of infinity. Shezeu b'chinat Tchila, that this is the aspect of the beginning. And because that aspect, Mechamat shezot b'china, hi b'chinat Ein, it's the aspect of nothing, that you're not there, that Borei Olam, he was there, but there was nothing there before of the creation. Al ken, this is why en mishi yizke lazeh, no one can achieve that if he doesn't have that, ki im mishehu b'b'chinat ein, that he's in that aspect of being nothing. How can you become to be nothing if you're something? So as long that you are something, that you are important, that you're hungry, that you're tired, that you feel cold, that everything that you have in your life, you have it. So you cannot cancel yourself to infinity. Another story about Rav Zusha. Yes, Rav Zusha one time it was very cold outside and he was mamash shaking, and he said to Hashem Yitbarach, maybe it wasn't Rabbi Zusha, but I have another story about Rabbi Zusha. It was a different tzaddik. There is a story about Rabbi Zusha on that cold that was over there in Russia, that he was so cold that he took the wheel from a chariot, from a wagon, and he covered himself with it, and he felt warm. So someone asked, how can it be that he felt warm because of a wheel of a wagon? What's the connection of heat? How can it make... So the tzaddik that told him that story answered to him, and he told him, when Rabbi Zusha pulled the wheel of the chariot, he pulled the wheel of the holy chariot of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that it's the angels that made out of fire in heaven, and he pulled them toward to him, and then he felt the heat of those holy angels. This is not the story that I wanted to tell. There was a tzaddik that he had felt so cold over there in Ukraine, the students of Talmidei Baal Shem Tov, of a Baal Shem Tov, and he said to Hashem Yitbarach, Ribono Shel Olam, I feel cold now. I feel the cold. And or that you're going to give me the wisdom that I don't need a coat, that I can live without it, or that from now on, for that time that I don't have that wisdom, give me a coat. I know that I don't need. This is also a way of davening on your needs. B'olam, I know that I don't need nothing. So, or that you're going to make me happy without having that thing that I feel that I need, or that you give me the thing that I need until I'm going to be happy. Because I cannot be happy. Now I'm sad, B'olam. So, or that you're going to give me the wisdom to be happy with everything that I'm going through in my life, or that, please, B'olam, satisfy me and give me the things that I need, because I feel sad now. It's not allowed to be sad. Another way of davening. So, only a person that is in that aspect of being nothing, he can achieve that in canceling himself to Hashem Yitbarach. Al Ken, this is why, and Mishi's Kelazeh, the one that is going to achieve that, it's only a person, Ki Mishu B'Bchinat Ayin, only someone that doesn't hold himself as nothing at all. The Hainu, what it means, Shehu Anav Be'emet, that he is really humble. Umevatel Atzmo Legamre, and he's canceling himself totally. Betachlit habitul, in the maximum that he can cancel himself. Ki'ilu eino ba'olam, like that he does not exist in the world. What it means that nothing bothers him, never, nothing, no noise, nothing is bothering him. No mess in the house, nothing, no voices, loud voice, nothing, he's not there. Who am I? He just feels the privilege of being in that place. He's just happy, he's just mekir batova, he recognizes the good. He just see good, he's just happy, he feels so rich every moment, every second of his life. Now you have complaints, it means that you're bigger than something. It means that you exist, it means that you think that you're worthy to achieve more. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. So, you got it that it's a mistake? Ad shenichlal be'en sof, until the person is going to include himself in infinity. Shesham hu b'chinat filat Hashem kanal. That over there it's that aspect of prayers of Hashem Yitbarach. But itpalel Chana al Hashem. That Chana, she's davening on Hashem. She's not davening to Hashem. She's davening on Hashem. Hashem, I wish you're going to have a son that's going to illuminate the world. Hashem. She's davening on Hashem. She doesn't care about herself at all. Ubazeh, and in that information, mekushar heitev ma shemuva lekaman. Now we can understand exactly what it was written before, al ma'amar rabotenu, and what that Rabotenu said, zichronam livracha, Elazar ze'ira v'chulei. That story about Elazar ze'ira, that in the Gemara, shechashaduhu begadlut, that they suspected him, they thought that he was arrogant, so they start to beat him and to punish him. Ve'al ken chavashuhu, this is why they took him to prison, because they thought that he was arrogant. V'chulei ayen sham, we should look at that sugya. Ve'lichora, and actually it looks like, en kesher le'inyan pgam hagadlut la'torah azot. It looks like that there is no connection between that lacking of gadlut, that tzaddik, Elazar ze'ira, he wasn't arrogant at all, just he was praising himself. And because that he was praising himself, so they thought that he was arrogant, so they punished him. But then actually he shown them that actually he's very humble, and then they realized that his name is Elazar Ze'ira, means Elazar the small. He was humble. He was totally humble. And Rabbi Natan here is explaining that it looks like all of that Torah that we just learned, it's not connected to that lacking of arrogance, to that Torah. שלא נזכר כאן לכאורה מעניין גדלות כלל. That we weren't talking at all about gadlut, about being arrogant, about that. אך באמת, but actually, על פי הנזכר לאל, but what that we read just now, מבואר לעיניים, it's very clear to the eyes, we can see, שכל עניין זה, that all of that aspect, לזכות לבחינת נעשה ונשמע גבוה יותר, to achieve the higher level of נעשה ונשמע, to achieve what you're davening on, and when you're coming to that level to daven on new things, and then to achieve them, and then to climb to daven on higher things, all of that, shehu b'chinat klaliyut be'ensof, that it's the aspect of canceling yourself to infinity, betchilat habriya, in the beginning of creation, kol ze אי אפשר לזכות, all of that you cannot achieve, כי אם על ידי הענווה באמת, just only by having real humility, שהוא בחינת עין כנ"ל, that it's that aspect of being nothing. And we're going to continue Be'ezrat Hashem tomorrow. Thank you very much.